Well, greetings everyone. Yesterday we talked about the love triangle and how the closer we get to Jesus, the more unified we are. And God desires unity among the body of Christ. In fact, without unity, we're bound to fall. Think about an army. An army, when it goes out to battle, they have to be unified. Every branch of the army, the Air Force, the Army, the Marines, the Navy, they all have to know what they're doing and be unified. Even though they've got different roles, they all have a purpose and they have to work together in unity. And Paul tells the Ephesians, he says, we have to put on the whole armor of God. Basically, he's saying that we're in a spiritual warfare. It's not a natural warfare. We don't use natural weapons in this spiritual warfare that we're in, but we take on the spiritual warfare, the whole armor of God, as he describes it in Ephesians chapter 6. And so it's so important that we as people today, we must be unified if we're going as a country, as a nation, if we're going to go forward, if we're going to represent Christ, we've got to be unified. I go back to the army illustration. You know, when an army is fighting in the battle, they don't look at the person fighting beside them and say, what political party are you from? Or what denomination are you from? Or what color are you? No, the army works together regardless of political or denominational or racial. They work together to defeat the enemy. And I say to you, friends, that it's time for us today to set aside the differences in politics, to set aside the differences in denomination or racial differences. It's time for us to come together and fight this spiritual warfare. The devil is out to destroy and kill us, and we have to join together and defeat the enemy. We can defeat the enemy, and I believe that's the will of God, is for us to defeat the enemy, break the bonds that the enemy has on people that are struggling with drugs and alcohol and sexual immorality and crime and all the things that we look around us and we see that is affecting our nation. Well, if we join together and we can fight this enemy and defeat this enemy, but it's going to take unity. So I encourage you today, let's don't look at what the difference is between us, but let's look at our goal and how we can defeat the enemy. Well, God bless you. I hope you have a wonderful day. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.